I got some notes here I'm going to look at. There's three things that I want to level up, that I am going to level up in 2025. Some of them we're doing a pretty good job with, and this is the theme for 2025 for old Nick here, right? So there's three skills that I need to master to unlock financial freedom and boost my wealth. All right. So I believe rich is money, wealth is time. I want to boost my wealth in 2025. I've gotten good at making money. Now I need to get good at making time. And you don't have to sacrifice money to do that. You just got to learn to make money and understand that knowledge compounds. That money will compound if you put it in the right places. And guess what? Your time will too. Your time will compound when you are putting it in the right places. That's good. That's good, baby. So here's the three things that I'm gonna master. And this is something that came from that conversation at the airport with Antoine. Folks, you need an Antoine in your life. You need an Antoine in your life. He's got room. You could probably have Antoine in your life. He's got room. And the coolest part is you get to meet the people that Antoine has in his life that makes him grow. But you need an Antoine in your life. And here's the first thing that he taught me. He said, Nick, you need to really focus on turning those relationships into partnerships. Why? Because the relationships are great. They require trust. They require loyalty. And relationships have to go, that trust and that loyalty has to flow in both directions. Otherwise, it's just kind of stupid. Right? But those relationships, when you add value that you can identify in those to grow together, that becomes a partnership. Partnerships are not all about business. My wife and I are in a partnership. It's called marriage. Right? We're in a partnership raising kids. Find the value that you bring to others and find out people that need to bring that value to others and partner up. Partner up. So that's number one, turning business relationships into partnerships. Number two, and I feel like we've done a great job with this. However, there's literally new cameras we're shooting with today. I'm looking at another one right here on the side. It's time to level up, baby. 160-something episodes of the Hitstreak in, we're blessed. I'm grateful. But when you got better tools right here, why not use them? Why not show you the growth that I'm talking about? Right? It's time to level up. Even the footage in which we're shooting today. So if you haven't taken your content to a pro level yet, it's my mission to show you how in 2025. And guess what? I'd say my content's at a pro level, but I'm not done. I feel like we're just getting started. So, and I have to keep growing because I'm teaching people the journey in which I took. There's multiple ways to take your content pro. There's multiple ways. The ways that I can speak to are the ways that worked for me and the people that helped me. So if I stopped growing today, I could only take you to where I'm at today. But if I keep growing, the value that I will bring you is endless. It never stops growing, right? So it's my mission in 2025. And there's some big things coming that we've leaked a couple things, but I can't say too much about it today because the timing's not right, but it's coming. Some big things happening that I've been manifesting since 2020, like I told you before. So I'm going to teach people how to take their content pro. And third, you've got to leverage AI to enhance and move faster, cheaper, and better in all aspects of your business. AI is a tool. And just like anything else, my car is a tool that I use to get back and forth. If I don't serve that tool, if I don't, change the oil in my car, if I don't take preventative measures to serve that car, over time it won't be able to serve me any longer. So I have to invest in my tools. And AI is one of the greatest. Like, my favorite thing about AI is it's as good as you tell it to be. It's a bot that you train. And if that bot is in alignment with what you're doing, if that bot can extend who you are and what you're doing, you're training it right. These bots can, I won't say replace people, but the problem with people is they get sick, they need time off, they got to sleep, they got to go home, they got families to serve, and so on and so forth. AI has none of those things. It never calls out sick. It never needs a day off. It doesn't take a holiday. And it doesn't have anybody else to serve other than who you tell it. It's a very strong tool. I think right now where it's failing people is they're using it, they're leaning on it too much, meaning they haven't trained it properly. So how do you train AI? Well, you feed it information. As a matter of fact, how do you win the war against your own mind and can train your own thoughts? Right? Well, what information are you making decisions off of? One of my favorite jokes Brad tells in his keynotes is he says, if you want to change your thoughts, you've got to get new information. Antoine, I love this one. He said, somebody told me fire was hot. I didn't believe him, so I stuck my hand in it and got some new information. Folks, if you want to change your paradigm, if you want to change your thoughts, get new information. This was a big election year that we just ended. My advice to everybody in 2025 is I want you to go back and think about how much time you spent watching politics, listening to politics. And I want you to really reflect, and I want you to ask yourself truly, how did that serve you? And let's say you averaged 15 hours a week watching clips on social from press conferences or media coverage of politics and so on and so forth. And I want you to, let's just say it was 15 hours a week, which is probably pretty modest for most of us if we actually went through and audited the amount of time. But let's say it's 15 hours a week times 52 weeks. 780 hours. Remember I talked about being aware of your time? Remember I talked about being aware of the people you spend your time with? When you're watching these media personalities, remember, trust and loyalty has to go two directions. Your trust and loyalty, when you sat there and watched those and you believed what they told you, it flowed that direction. Did it flow back? Myron Golden has a great analogy about watching sports. And as a sports guy, I love this. I love it. He said, there's two ways in which you watch a professional do something like a football game, a baseball game, or something like that. And this is very important to how my son and I are fans of the game of baseball. Are you watching, quote unquote, your team? And are you watching them to be entertained or to be inspired? Think about this for a minute. When your team loses, you're a diehard fan. When your team loses, it ruins your whole dang day, man. Be honest with yourself. Be real. When your team loses, it hurts. Does it hurt you more than it hurts the team that lost? You had no control in the outcome of that game, by the way. No control. Yet you gave up control of your own life based on the outcome of that game, on something that you can't control. So when my son and I watch games, it never fails. When I go to Yankee Stadium, I'm not there to be entertained. I'm there to be inspired. I want to be in Yankee Stadium. You say, Nick, you're 44 years old. Oh, they're still away. Just not maybe in a Yankee uniform playing. But maybe I'm wearing a jersey and I'm talking to you from Yankee Stadium. Maybe I'm interviewing the next great Yankee for you. I go there to be inspired, and I make sure my son watches it the same way. And I would encourage you guys to do the same thing in all aspects of your life, whether it's media, sports, or anything else that is your recreation. Right? If you spend time doing something that is not your family and is not how you make money for your family, it's called a hobby. Right? My wife holds me accountable to this, and I'm grateful for this. One of the things I've had to get way better at is understanding who to spend my time with. Because if I'm spending time with people that's not my family and we're not making money doing it, it's a hobby. I might as well be playing golf because the outcome's the same. 15 hours a week, 52 weeks a year, 780 hours. If you had re-aimed that time back at yourself for personal development, if you'd have put just a half of that 780 into your faith, where would you be? You have to ask that question. This is why 2025 is going to be the year of change. In 2020 and in 2021, we made great changes. We built the facility we're in. We've launched a business from this facility, and we're launching new businesses from this facility. We're actually launching new facilities from this facility with the right people. But when I look back at New Year's Eve 2020 to 2021 and New Year's Eve 2024 to 2025, I got to tell you that New Year's Eve 2022 and 2023 were almost in the exact same location. Meaning I started a year with ambition and ended the year in almost the same place. That's the definition of I'm entitled to those 365 days versus I'm grateful for those 365 days. Because if I'm grateful for them, I'm a lot more aware of the gifts that are in front of me and that are at my fingertips for use. Versus when I'm entitled and I only see the things that are wrong. Folks, we've been going at this for right around 50 minutes, right? And at the end of the day, it's your time, it's your people, it's your money. It's your thoughts. It's your plans on all four of those things. It's understanding the people in your life, the relationships that you have, and the value that has not yet been added. The end of something is the beginning of something else. That's how you know you finished. God don't move a parked car, or he won't steer a parked car. You got to get in, you got to double down on your faith. You got to believe, and you got to make movement.